kiss your father if you took a fall. Beautiful.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking a nostalgic journey into the world of Pride and Prejudice, the timeless adaptation that enchanted audiences in 1995. Join us as we revisit the unforgettable cast and discover where they are now, nearly 3 decades later. In this video, we'll explore how these talented actors have evolved since their days at Pemberley. From career highlights to personal milestones, get ready to reminisce and rediscover the magic they brought to the screen. Let's start it. 1. Colin Firth as Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy. Colin Firth is widely acclaimed for his portrayal of Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, which remains one of his most iconic roles. Firth's depiction of Darcy captured the hearts of audiences worldwide, embodying the character's complex blend of aloofness, integrity, and vulnerability. As Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, Firth brought a brooding and aristocratic presence to the screen, perfectly capturing the character's initial haughtiness and later transformation into a deeply romantic figure. His portrayal of Darcy's gradual thawing towards Elizabeth Bennet, played by Jennifer Ehle, was marked by subtle expressions and nuanced performances, revealing Darcy's inner turmoil and growth. Firth's portrayal in the series, particularly his iconic lake scene where Darcy emerges in a wet shirt, became a cultural phenomenon and solidified his status as a heartthrob. His chemistry with Jennifer Ehle's Elizabeth Bennet was palpable, elevating the adaptation to a timeless classic. Beyond Pride and Prejudice, Colin Firth's illustrious career includes a wide range of roles in film and television, from romantic leads to dramatic characters. He has received numerous accolades, including an Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in The King's Speech, 2010. 2. Jennifer Ehle as Elizabeth Bennet. Jennifer Ehle portrayed the spirited and intelligent Elizabeth Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, a role that garnered her critical acclaim and solidified her as a talented actress. As Elizabeth Bennet, Ehle brought a refreshing modernity to Jane Austen's classic character, capturing her wit, independence, and strong moral compass. Ehle's portrayal of Elizabeth Bennet was praised for its authenticity and depth, showcasing the character's journey from initial prejudices towards Mr. Darcy to a profound realization of mutual respect and love. Her chemistry with Colin Firth's Mr. Darcy was central to the adaptation's success, with their nuanced performances bringing to life the iconic love story. Prior to Pride and Prejudice, Jennifer Ehle had already established herself as a versatile actress on stage and screen. Her performance in the adaptation earned her critical acclaim, including a BAFTA TV Award for Best Actress, recognizing her skill in portraying the complexities of Elizabeth Bennet with charm and conviction. Since Pride and Prejudice, Jennifer Ehle has continued to have a successful career in film, television, and theater, appearing in a wide range of roles that showcase her talent and versatility. Her portrayal of Elizabeth Bennet remains a benchmark in literary adaptations, celebrated for its intelligence, grace, and enduring appeal to audiences worldwide. 3. Susanna Harker as Jane Bennet. Susanna Harker portrayed the character Jane Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, bringing warmth and gentleness to the role of Elizabeth Bennet's eldest sister. Jane Bennet is depicted as kind-hearted, compassionate, and devoted to her family, serving as a contrast to Elizabeth's more spirited and independent nature. Harker's portrayal of Jane Bennet captured the character's serene demeanor and unwavering optimism, essential traits that define Jane's outlook on life and relationships. Her chemistry with Simon Woods' Mr. Bingley was pivotal in depicting the blossoming romance between Jane and her suitor, illustrating Jane's ability to see the best in others and maintain a positive outlook despite obstacles. Before her role in Pride and Prejudice, Susanna Harker had established herself as a talented actress with appearances in various television dramas and stage productions. Her portrayal of Jane Bennet showcased her ability to embody the grace and poise expected of a character from Jane Austen's Regency-era world. Following Pride and Prejudice, Susanna Harker continued to work in television, film, and theater, appearing in a variety of roles that highlighted her versatility as an actress. Her contribution to the adaptation remains memorable, adding depth to the ensemble cast and contributing to the enduring popularity of the beloved classic. 4. Julia Sawalha as Lydia Bennet. Julia Sawalha portrayed the vivacious and impulsive Lydia Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Lydia Bennet is the youngest Bennet sister known for her flirtatious nature and reckless behavior, which contrasts sharply with the more reserved demeanor of her elder sisters, Elizabeth and Jane. Sawalha's portrayal of Lydia Bennet captured her character's youthful exuberance and carefree spirit, bringing a lively energy to the screen. Lydia's storyline in Pride and Prejudice revolves around her ill-fated elopement with Mr. Wickham, a scandal that threatens to tarnish the Bennet family's reputation and serves as a catalyst for the novel's dramatic events. Julia Sawalha's performance as Lydia Bennet showcased her ability to embody both the character's naivety and her determination to pursue her desires, despite the consequences. Her portrayal added depth to Lydia's character, highlighting the societal pressures and expectations faced by young women in the Regency era. Prior to Pride and Prejudice, Julia Sawalha had gained recognition for her role as Saffron Monsoon in the British sitcom Absolutely Fabulous. Her versatility as an actress shone through in her portrayal of Lydia Bennet, contributing to the adaptation's success and its faithful adaptation of Jane Austen's beloved novel. 5. Alison Steadman as Mrs. Bennet. Alison Steadman portrayed the character of Mrs. Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. As the matriarch of the Bennet family, Mrs. Bennet is known for her nervous disposition, incessant matchmaking, and obsession with securing advantageous marriages for her 5 daughters. Steadman's portrayal of Mrs. Bennet was both comedic and endearing, capturing the character's frantic energy and often misguided but well-meaning intentions. Her performance highlighted Mrs. Bennet's social anxieties and her desperation to see her daughters married off, which stems from the family's precarious financial situation and the entailment of the Bennet estate to a male heir. Alison Steadman's interpretation of Mrs. Bennet brought a vibrant and memorable presence to the adaptation. Her comedic timing and expressive mannerisms added a layer of humor to the series, balancing the more serious romantic and dramatic elements of the story. Steadman's Mrs. Bennet often provided comic relief, yet she also elicited sympathy for her genuine concern for her family's future. Before her role in Pride and Prejudice, Alison Steadman was already an acclaimed actress with a diverse career in theater, film, and television. She was particularly known for her work with playwright and director Mike Leigh, earning critical acclaim for performances in productions such as Abigail's Party. 6. Benjamin Whitrow as Mr. Bennet. Benjamin Whitrow portrayed Mr. Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, delivering a performance that captured the essence of Jane Austen's character. Mr. Bennet, the father of the Bennet family, is known for his sarcastic wit, laid-back demeanor, and preference for a quiet life, away from the chaos often stirred up by his wife and daughters. Whitrow's portrayal of Mr. Bennet was marked by his dry humor and sharp observations. His character often served as a counterbalance to the more frantic energy of Mrs. Bennet, played by Alison Steadman, and the romantic entanglements of his daughters. Through subtle expressions and a calm presence, Whitrow conveyed Mr. Bennet's intelligence and his often bemused, detached approach to the trials and tribulations of his family. Mr. Bennet's relationship with his favorite daughter, Elizabeth, played by Jennifer Ehle, was particularly well portrayed. Whitrow's performance showed a deep affection and respect for Elizabeth's intelligence and independence, often engaging in witty banter and providing her with wise counsel. Before his role in Pride and Prejudice, Benjamin Whitrow had a distinguished career in theater, film, and television. His extensive stage work included performances with the Royal Shakespeare Company, showcasing his versatility and command of classical roles. Following Pride and Prejudice, Whitrow continued to work in television and film, maintaining his reputation as a talented and reliable character actor. He appeared in various projects, including voice work, most notably as the voice of Fowler in the animated film Chicken Run. 7. Crispin Bonham Carter as Mr. Bingley. Crispin Bonham Carter portrayed the charming and affable Mr. Charles Bingley in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Bingley is a wealthy, amiable gentleman who rents the large estate of Netherfield Park near the Bennet family home, Longbourn. His character is known for his friendliness, good nature, and lack of pretense, which endears him to the Bennet family and the local community. Bonham Carter's portrayal of Mr. Bingley captured the character's warmth and sincerity, making him an instant favorite among the Bennet sisters, particularly Jane Bennet, played by Susanna Harker. The on-screen chemistry between Bonham Carter and Harker was palpable, convincingly depicting the tender and genuine romance between Mr. Bingley and Jane. His performance highlighted Mr. Bingley's contrast to his friend Mr. Darcy, played by Colin Firth, emphasizing Bingley's open and approachable demeanor against Darcy's initial reserve and aloofness. Crispin Bonham Carter's interpretation of Mr. Bingley was well received for its authenticity and charm. He successfully conveyed Bingley's vulnerability and his susceptibility to the influence of others, particularly his sisters and Mr. Darcy, which temporarily jeopardizes his relationship with Jane Bennet. Before and after his role in Pride and Prejudice, Bonham Carter worked extensively in television and theater. His acting career includes roles in productions such as Howard's End, Scarlet, and Absolutely Fabulous. In addition to his acting career, Crispin Bonham Carter later transitioned into a career in education, becoming a teacher and taking on various leadership roles within the academic field. Crispin Bonham Carter's portrayal of Mr. Bingley remains a cherished part of the 1995 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. His performance added a layer of lightheartedness and genuine affection to the series, contributing to its enduring popularity and success. 8. Adrian Lucas as Mr. Wickham. Adrian Lucas portrayed the charming yet deceitful Mr. George Wickham in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Wickham is a complex character, initially introduced as a dashing and amiable officer in the militia who quickly gains the favor of the Bennet family, particularly Elizabeth Bennet, played by Jennifer L. Lucas's portrayal of Wickham masterfully captured the character's dual nature. On the surface, Wickham appears to be a charming and gallant gentleman, but as the story unfolds, his true nature as a manipulative and unscrupulous cad is revealed. Lucas's performance effectively conveyed this transformation, maintaining an air of charisma while hinting at the underlying deceit. One of the pivotal moments for Lucas's character is Wickham's elopement with Lydia Bennet, played by Julia Sawalha. This scandalous act threatens to ruin the Bennet family's reputation and showcases Wickham's recklessness and lack of moral integrity. Lucas's performance during this storyline highlights Wickham's selfishness and the consequences of his actions. Before and after his role in Pride and Prejudice, Adrian Lucas enjoyed a successful career in television, film, and theater. He has appeared in various productions, including The Bill, Peak Practice, and Judge John Deed. His versatility as an actor has allowed him to take on a wide range of roles across different genres. Adrian Lucas's portrayal of Mr. Wickham remains memorable for its complexity and the actor's ability to bring out the multifaceted nature of one of Jane Austen's most intriguing antagonists. His performance added significant drama and tension to the adaptation, contributing to its enduring appeal and critical acclaim. 9. Lucy Briars as Mary Bennet. Lucy Briars portrayed Mary Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Mary is the third Bennet sister, characterized by her seriousness, piety, and obsession with moralizing and improving herself through reading and playing the piano.
The event must be,
Briars's portrayal of Mary
we
Bennet
must draw
captured
from
the
it this
essence of a
useful
character
lesson,
who often feels
that loss of
overlooked
virtue in a
and
female
strives for
is
attention in
irretrievable.
ways that
My
sometimes
dear
come
Mary,
across as
this is
awkward
hardly help.
or overly earnest. Unlike her livelier sisters, Mary is more introverted and introspective, frequently seen with a book in hand or at the piano, despite her lack of musical talent. Mary Bennet's character, while not as central to the romantic plot as her sisters, provides a critical commentary on the pressures faced by women of the time to marry and be socially successful. Lucy Briars's interpretation of Mary highlights this dynamic, showcasing her as a character who, despite her flaws, is sincere in her efforts to find her place in the world. Before and after her role in Pride and Prejudice, Lucy Briars has had a varied career in theater, television, and film. She has appeared in numerous productions, demonstrating her versatility as an actress across different genres. Lucy Briars's portrayal of Mary Bennet is remembered for its authenticity and the nuanced humor she brought to the role. Her performance added depth to the Bennet family dynamic and contributed to the rich tapestry of characters that make the 1995 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice a beloved classic. 10. Anna Chancellor as Miss Caroline Bingley. Anna Chancellor portrayed the elegant and conniving Miss Caroline Bingley in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Caroline Bingley is the sister of Mr. Charles Bingley and is characterized by her sharp wit, social ambition, and disdain for the Bennet family, particularly Elizabeth Bennet. Chancellor's portrayal of Caroline Bingley captured the character's sophistication and her often thinly veiled contempt for those she considers beneath her social standing. Her performance conveyed Caroline's refined manners and her strategic efforts to secure Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy's, played by Colin Firth, affection, despite his growing interest in Elizabeth Bennet, played by Jennifer Ehle. Chancellor's performance also highlighted Caroline Bingley's unwavering support for her brother, Mr. Bingley, played by Crispin Bonham Carter, while simultaneously trying to influence his decisions, especially regarding his relationship with Jane Bennet, played by Susanna Harker. Her character's manipulative nature is evident in her attempts to separate Jane and Bingley, believing that Jane's lower social status makes her an unsuitable match. Before her role in Pride and Prejudice, Anna Chancellor had already established herself as a talented actress in theater and television. Her career continued to flourish after the adaptation, with notable roles in various films and TV series, including 4 Weddings and a Funeral and The Hour. Anna Chancellor's portrayal of Miss Caroline Bingley remains memorable for its complexity and the nuanced performance she brought to the character. Her ability to convey both the charm and the underlying malice of Caroline Bingley added depth to the adaptation and contributed to its critical and popular success. 11. David Bamber as Mr. Collins. David Bamber portrayed the obsequious and pompous Mr. Collins in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Collins is a clergyman and the Bennet family's distant cousin and heir to the Longbourn estate, known for his sycophantic demeanor and unwavering devotion to his benefactor, Lady Catherine de Bourgh. Bamber's portrayal of Mr. Collins was a masterclass in embodying the character's awkwardness and self-importance. His performance effectively captured Mr. Collins's tendency to speak in overly formal and grandiose terms, often oblivious to the discomfort or amusement of those around him. Bamber's interpretation highlighted the comedic aspects of Mr. Collins, making him both a source of humor and a figure of pity. One of the key elements of Bamber's performance was his ability to convey Mr. Collins's lack of self-awareness and his misplaced confidence in his own importance. This is particularly evident in his clumsy and presumptuous marriage proposal to Elizabeth Bennet, played by Jennifer Ehle, which she rejects with firm yet polite disdain. Bamber's portrayal of this scene emphasized Mr. Collins's inability to read social cues and his blind adherence to what he believes are societal norms. 12. Polly Maberly as Kitty Bennet. Polly Maberly portrayed Kitty Bennet in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Kitty Bennet, the fourth Bennet sister, is often overshadowed by her more prominent siblings, but still plays a notable role in the Bennet family dynamics. Her character is depicted as impressionable, somewhat frivolous, and heavily influenced by her younger sister Lydia's behavior. Maberly's portrayal of Kitty Bennet captured the character's youthful exuberance and susceptibility to peer pressure, especially from Lydia, played by Julia Sawalha. Kitty's personality is less developed than her elder sister's, but Maberly effectively conveyed Kitty's eagerness to join in Lydia's flirtations and adventures, often to the exasperation of their father, Mr. Bennet, played by Benjamin Whitrow. Before and after her role in Pride and Prejudice, Polly Maberly pursued a career in acting, appearing in various television series and stage productions. Her portrayal of Kitty Bennet remains a memorable part of the 1995 adaptation, contributing to the rich ensemble cast that brought Jane Austen's beloved novel to life. 13. Lucy Robinson as Mrs. Hurst. Lucy Robinson portrayed Mrs. Louisa Hurst in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Mrs. Hurst is the elder sister of Charles and Caroline Bingley, and she is often seen in the company of her siblings, supporting their social ambitions and maintaining their family's status. Robinson's portrayal of Mrs. Hurst highlighted her character's alignment with the social elite and her subtle but clear disdain for those she considered beneath her status, particularly the Bennet family. Mrs. Hurst's role, though not as prominently featured as her sister Caroline Bingley, played by Anna Chancellor, is crucial in representing the class consciousness and societal norms of the time. One of the notable aspects of Robinson's performance is her ability to embody the subtle nuances of Mrs. Hurst's character. While she does not directly engage in as much overt manipulation as Caroline, her support of Caroline's schemes and her passive participation in their social snobbery add depth to the character. This dynamic is especially evident in scenes where the Bingley siblings discuss Jane Bennet, played by Susanna Harker, and her suitability as a match for Charles. Before and after her role in Pride and Prejudice, Lucy Robinson has had a successful career in television, film, and theater. She has appeared in various productions, showcasing her versatility and talent as an actress across different genres. 14. Barbara Leigh Hunt as Lady Catherine de Bourgh. Barbara Leigh Hunt portrayed the formidable Lady Catherine de Bourgh in the 1995 BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Lady Catherine is a wealthy and aristocratic widow, known for her domineering personality, strong opinions, and insistence on maintaining the social hierarchy. Leigh Hunt's portrayal of Lady Catherine de Bourgh captured the character's imperious demeanor and commanding presence. As a member of the upper echelons of society, Lady Catherine wields significant influence and expects deference from those around her. Leigh Hunt effectively conveyed these traits through her regal posture, steely gaze, and authoritative delivery of dialogue, embodying the essence of a woman accustomed to having her way. Before her role in Pride and Prejudice, Barbara Leigh Hunt had a distinguished career in theater, film, and television. Her experience and skill as an actress were evident in her portrayal of Lady Catherine, adding depth and nuance to a character who serves as both antagonist and a reflection of the rigid social norms of the Regency era. And that wraps up our journey through the lives of the Pride and Prejudice 1995 cast, then and now. From their captivating performances in the classic adaptation to their diverse pursuits today, their stories continue to inspire and charm audiences worldwide. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic exploration. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite stars and timeless classics. Until next time, cherish the memories, embrace the journey, and keep celebrating the magic of storytelling.